Today I want to try the Claude Design again. Last time when I tried it, almost like 4 days ago, I very quickly hit the limits almost in a day. Now after almost a week of waiting, I think I'm gonna get to it again. So I'm trying to redesign my entire app's UI using Claude Design. For those of you who don't know, I have an iOS app called Mudo. It's a very simple anxiety and mood tracker where you can see a simple grid of emotions and moods, and you can just tap on any one of them, and based on these mood logging you can see a lot of insights and patterns, as you can go here. So this is the app that I'm trying to redesign now again using Claude Design. So I started redesigning this app initially in Figma like a month ago. So this was kind of a concept that I was working with, where it's like much cleaner rather than what we have right now, as you can see here. So even though this is also pretty clean, I just think making it a bit more focused on the mood grids instead of, like some remaining white spaces and how we are showing the entry or check-in pills. I was trying to move the entire focus on the mood grid itself. So it's even more accessible to just simply open the app, tap a mood, and be done with it. So the core premise of this app is to create as little friction as possible. But obviously, I'm not a designer and I have very little experience with Figma. So this was just my attempt at it. And I know if I were to design every single screen for my app, it's going to take me a long time. And I don't think I have a lot of time just to design it, because even after that I will have to code it, and that's going to take a lot of time on its own. So the launch of Cloud Code or Cloud Design was actually a pretty good addition, I would say. So anyway, without any delay, let me show you what it had designed previously for me when I was kind of tinkering with it after almost a week ago. So this is the dark mode. It has come up with like 3 screens based on some of the description that I provided to it. Honestly, I don't think it's bad. I think it's pretty cool, especially how it shows the insights screen. So it's like directly showing some graphs or like line charts and all that, and some these type of charts, which is obviously some design is breaking here, but it's more of an concept rather than actual design. And it's also was its first draft. So I would say for a first draft it did a pretty amazing job, because even the color palette and the spacing and the positioning of elements, the overall visual hierarchy of this app looks pretty cool. So I will be giving it much more context. And last time when I was working with it, obviously it hit the usage limit and it just stopped working on it. So I had given it the task to come up with the remaining screens for this app, so that I have a much cleaner idea about the design guidelines that I should follow before I start working on it. So yeah, even right now this is like a complete overhaul of the existing design for the app. So right now this is how the home screen looks like, and it's actually showing it has moved the code section below the grid, again kind of prioritizing the grid at the top, and then some streak information also has been moved here. The daily check-ins are now showing up like this, which is good, but I really think this could extend a lot. So basically, if you keep on adding daily entries, this section could get a lot bigger, and then your home screen becomes like a massive scrolling area, which is something I don't want. It's good to be critical when it comes to this. Even though I'm not a designer, I really think I have some preferences or rule of thumb, if you may, that can really help you, or essentially helps me constrain my design and to understand what the app should be and what it shouldn't be. So anyway, let's start doing this again. So we can just click on retry, because it was already doing something, right? It created a checklist, so it's going to obviously take a lot of time to do this. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but it does ask a lot of questions when it's designing something for you. It will show you a page with like a lot of questions, and that will have multiple choices. So you can go ahead and click on the choices that aligns most with what you are looking for. And sometimes there are just some plain text field just in case if the given or provided options are not the ones you are looking for. So I think it can like take pretty good context before getting started on any design or redesign of any app. So yeah, that's why like the end result is usually not bad. It's usually very inspiring. I think that's what I would say. What I really am excited about is to see if I can directly hand it over to Claude Code and start updating my existing code base in a new PR or a new branch, and then just start working on all these foundational, well, design overhaul, right? That would be really cool. And then I can go in and do some final touch-ups depending on how good it is at implementing everything. So there are various like fonts as well. This is some sort of monospaced font. This seems like a very simple SF Pro font. This is definitely Francis font, which is also available in Google Fonts. This again seems like the SF Pro font, you know, the font that natively comes in Apple. So there are a couple of font families here as well. But yeah, I think they're not like competing with each other, so that's pretty good. And obviously there is this tweaks option, which is not that great, but it did give me an idea about changing the entire app's theme based on the time zone, which is something Mudo already does. So but it's very subtle. So if you look at the app right now, if you see this very slight orangish or warm tint over here, so that depends on the time bucket. As you can see, it's almost 1 p.m, so it's kind of the afternoon time, so there is this afternoon kind of a glow here. And if we go, let's say since it's a developer build, I can go in and let's say when you reach the evening time bucket, and it automatically kind of turns into this kind of purplish tint. So obviously this is going to be very subtle, and when you open the app on the evening or any evening time, you will see this slight purple gradient. And similarly, when you reach a nighttime bucket, which would start maybe after 9 p.m. or something, then you will see this kind of a very faded blue color. So again, these colors are chosen in a way so that they are not creating too much contrast, and they are like really calm. And this is on the light mode. So the same happens for dark mode. So if you change it, so now you can see, you know, it looks much cooler in dark mode according to me. Mudo already does this with this small header gradient. This is what I call it. So again, this is how you see it in morning. There is very subtle shift in color so that it doesn't seem too drastic. I don't want this app to grab a lot of attention from user. I just want the users to open the app, tap a mood, and be done with it. So, you know, as little friction as possible.